Welcome to the Business Buzz. It's 29 minutes until 8 o'clock. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Two segments on the Buzz this morning. First up, we'll be looking at Cayman in Style Fashion Week. And following the 8 o'clock news, we'll have weather and traffic. Then we'll be back with the second segment when we'll speak with representatives from the Maples Group and we'll look at their early careers program. But first, it's Taco Tuesday. Oh, you forgot it's Taco Tuesday, right, Sue? Good morning to all our listeners, our viewers, and of course, our producer of the show, Miss Susan Watson, who's in the next studio taking care of business. Yes, it's Taco Tuesday, and thanks to Chef Ron and the staff at Taco Restaurant and Bar, both locations, Morgan's Harbor and East End, we have an exciting offer for all our listeners each Tuesday on the Business Buzz. On Taco Tuesday, we give away a gift certificate to a Taco Restaurant and Bar. Now, all you have to do is listen to the trivia question and be the lucky caller with the correct answer when we pick our winner right after the 8 o'clock news segment around 8:15 or so when we return to the Business Buzz. One winner will receive a gift certificate to Taco Restaurant that can be used at either location on any day, not just on Taco Tuesdays. No, who doesn't love 2-for-1 tacos and margaritas? You don't want to miss out on the 2-for-1 taco and margarita special on all day at both taco locations. Now, we're featuring specialty tacos like your peanut chicken, blackened fish, there's pulled pork, vegetarian, and coconut shrimp. So, let's have that trivia question. Here it is. The second largest boiling lake in the world is found in which Caribbean island? Name the island. The second largest boiling lake in the world is found in which Caribbean island? Name the island. I'm not going to give you a hint because it is this easy. Stay tuned, and like I said, you can call us on 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037, or 949-6990. And don't call us right now. Call us around 8:15 when we head back into the second segment of the Business Buzz. In the meantime, it's Cayman in Style Fashion Week, a weekend of fashion, art, and music. And we have joining us today Miss Norma Ebanks. Miss Norma is on the phone. Is she, Susan? Yeah, she's on the phone. She's the CEO of Cayman in Style Fashion Week. We have Mr. Dale Banks. Dale is the co-owner, PR treasurer, but he's not in the studio as yet, so he'll be joining us in a bit. In the studio, however, we have Mr. Tristan Weisenhog. He is the marketing manager. I promise not to butcher his name. Hopefully I didn't. And joining us by telephone will be Jacinth Headlam, founder of Inner Star Organization. Not a full house, full phone, full house, just about it. Anyway, Miss Norma, good morning.
Good morning.
Miss Norma?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
She's not there. But let's talk to Jacinth there, Susan? Not yet. Okay. So we have Tristan. Tristan is here. Tristan, good morning.
Good morning. Can you all hear me?
I'm pretty sure they can hear you.
Very good.
Yeah, Susan, you can hear Tristan, right? Yes. You're good to go. Now, Miss Norma? Miss Norma? No, we can. Okay. So, Tristan, you are a part of Cayman in Style Fashion Week.
Correct, indeed, yeah. We started quite some time ago, so it's been quite a journey. And we're very proud and happy that we can make this show happen after, 2 years of pandemic and a lot of, organization. We're finally able to do the show again. So at the end of this month, we will be hosting the Cayman in Style Fashion Week at the Ritz-Carlton on the 30th of March till the 2nd of April. And it will be absolutely amazing.
Oh, I'm telling you. It's been since, when was the last one?
In 2019. And then we started for the preparations for 2020. And then, of course, the pandemic happened and, everybody has to push back their events or any or all activities. Yeah.
Well, we're happy that this is happening this year. Oh my gosh,
Exactly.
that's exciting. That is
Exactly.
exciting. While we wait for Miss Norma to get her on the phone, Tristan, it's just me and you.
Okay,
in the
let's make it
studio.
work. Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna make.
let's make it work.
We're gonna. Miss Norma, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, there you are. There you are. You're stuck in traffic this morning, aren't you?
Oh my God, like literally stuck in traffic.
Well, we're happy that you can join us by telephone. It's so good to hear your voice, Miss Norma. I know you're
Same here.
excited. You're
I'm so
excited.
excited.
Came on in Style Fashion Week. Big things for you, right?
Oh wow, yes, it's once again.
So, Miss Norma, can you tell us a little bit about your journey into fashion designing and now as the CEO of Cayman in Style Fashion Week?
Well, my journey into fashion, I've been into fashion for the last 34 years.
34 years. That's a
Cayman.
long time. Ooh.
Yeah, I create creative fashion and design over the last 21 years. Went to Parsi University, and history is the rest.
Okay. So, Miss Norma, give us some details on the aim and the mission for Cayman in Style Fashion Week.
The Cayman in Style Fashion Week is an annual event that showcases the work of local and international designers in the Cayman Islands. The event aims to promote and support the fashion industry in the Cayman Islands, as well as promote a platform for designers to showcase their work. The mission of the Cayman in Style Fashion Week is for the talented local, international, local seamstress designers. So, we can't leave them out because Cayman doesn't really have a platform when they come on to school, like a designing school. So I went into the local school, which is, they have it now at Clifton Hunter, John Gray, and newly formed Creative Fashion School. So our platform is to showcase the talent of local and international. The event aims to provide a platform for emerging and established designers to showcase the world to a wider audience.
All right.
Exposure and build a brand, promote the Cayman Island as a fashion destination. The event aims to position the Cayman Island as a hub for fashion and design, and to attract visitors and vendors to the local fashion industry, supporting the development of local fashion industry. The event aims to support the growth and development of the local fashion, to promote opportunity for designers to network and to learn from each other. And in that event, we bring in fashion designers from the Caribbean, from the USA. We have designers coming in from BVI, St. Martin, and the list goes on.
It'll be a very busy weekend for you, Miss Norma. But how do you select the various models that will be featured at the fashion show? We want to know all about that.
Selecting the models for the fashion show, we look for the typical look for the individual to meet the following categories. Like appearance is one of our big weight. I won't say size because the size are vary.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion now is not just the skinny people. We also have plus size. They have to be confident. The models have to have confident personality, ability to showcase the clothes for the designers. With the energy, they have to have that energy to help the designer clothes sell. So that's some of the features we look for in a model. Experience, Cayman, we don't have as much experience. So we actually had a workshop early this year in January. And we also have one of our top trainer, Alva Page, will be coming back for a week to train our models so we can prepare them for our upcoming show.
Awesome. Now, Tristan, Miss Norma, just hold the line. You don't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere anyway because you're stuck in traffic, right? No, Tristan, you are the PR marketing manager for Cayman in Style Fashion Week.
What's in the title?
What's in the title?
I've been supporting Miss Norma for a long time, and it is beyond the marketing side of things. It's just about establishing the vision that Miss Norma had for a very long time already. Again, we started in 2019, or I at least came on board in 2019, and she's been honing and working very hard on her craft to make sure that we get where we are today. And I think Ms. Norma pinpointed on a couple of very important things. We're not just talking about a fashion show that just is done once in a year. We're talking about a platform for local youth, local talent, to display their skills and abilities on an international stage with international celebrities of significance in the industry. Not only that, there's an entire pathway for people that want to, make a career out of this. Of course, that's a select few, but everybody can join in on it, and that's where the Creative Fashion School has been created for, to start working with our local talent, young Caymanian local talent, in the schools and crafting their skills. And if they at some point want to showcase their talent, the show will be able to do that. So leading up to the show, there's many different activities, many different workshops, many different after-school programs. Then you got the fashion show itself. And then after the fashion show, we will repeat that same process.
Now, Tristan and Miss Norma, that'll be
here.
another show because we want to talk about the fashion school. And congratulations on opening up.
Thank you. It was in the making, and it's finally here.
I know we've talked about it for a while, and to see that it actually come to fruition is amazing. And congratulations. Now, Tristan, I look at you and I had no idea that you'll be involved with fashion. Not that you're not fashionable, but. As I walked in the studio this morning, I said, this guy looks familiar, Miss Norma. He coaches exercise. You do. He's involved with people.
So wherever I can assist with the limited time that I have available, I will assist. That's
we love it. We love it, Tristan. Yeah. Now, it has been said that fashion tourism can and has in fact been linked to tourism, to tourist development in various other parts of the world. And Miss Norman did allude to some of that. Now, let's talk about the important role that it can play right here in the Cayman Islands.
Well, I always said, whether it's in the realm of sports or in another realm, that Cayman Islands is a beautiful island, and it is a hub in the Caribbean region. So yes, this show is going to be done locally, but we are already offering an international stage that can compete. Well, not necessarily compete, but that has a similar allure as to New York Fashion Week. And I think Norma can share her experience leading up to this show. Norma took 3 young Canadian models to the New York Fashion Week runway show. And that created so much exposure that now all these New York Fashion Week celebrities want to collaborate with us and see how we can build more on this particular platform. And some of them are already coming on board for this particular show. So there's already a lot of buzz going on. Also leading up to this show, Alpha Page did a model workshop. Jacinth Hadlam did an on-camera confidence workshop. Both are very respectable in their respective industries. And when they came on the island, as a preparement for the workshop, we finally had the opportunity to show them around on the island. And they were so impressed with everything that they saw that they are actually now talking to their clients to, maybe do some shoots here.
Wow.
We're talking about, reputable brands, but then with our local population.
Are we going to get a sneak peek of some of the models who are going to be here for that weekend?
Ooh.
No.
That's for Miss Norma to decide.
Miss Norma?
Not today. We're going to talk about some of the hosts. So we have 3 hosts for our show.
Okay. Well, tell you what, Ms. Norma, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion about the exciting upcoming Cayman in Style Fashion Week. Thanks to our sponsor this morning of the Business Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center. And don't forget, coming up after the 8:50, when we come back in the second segment, around 8:15 or so this morning, we'll have that Tucker giveaway. And the trivia for you, in case you missed it the first time, the second largest boiling lake in the world is found in which Caribbean island? Name the island. Don't call Susan now. Do that when we come back on the second segment of the Business Buzz this morning.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Commissioner Hurst was a frequent critic of the election system following the September 1911 elections, so he set about changing the system. The elections had proved to be absurd because there were 38 candidates who were standing for 27 seats and only could be voted in by the total 127 electors. While districts such as Georgetown had 10 candidates vying for 5 seats, in Prospect there was a grand total of 15 electors who were voting in 5 seats. The proportionality of the process needed reorganization, and a motion was put forth which reduced the number of vestrymen from 27 to 12, with proportions closer to their population. Georgetown retained 3 seats, West Bay and Boddentown 2 seats, and 1 seat apiece for the sister islands, Prospect, East End, and North Side. Strangely enough, despite the motion passing 17 to 2, the old system of representation would remain in effect for the next 50 years. Information from this historical vignette was sourced from Founded Upon the Seas, A History of the Cayman Islands and Their People by Michael Creighton and the New History Committee.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Due to popular demand, Cayman Airways has extended the Panama sale. Upgrade your summer travel plans with non-stop flights from Grand Cayman to Panama. Panama airfares now on sale from just $296 CI round trip. In less than 2 hours aboard Cayman Airways, you can be in a land where the Caribbean meets the Pacific, where you'll find modern cities, rainforests, and so much more. Book by March 12 to catch Panama airfares on sale. Other conditions apply. You can call 949-2311, contact your travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Panama getaway today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. Our first segment this morning, we're looking at Cayman in Style Fashion Week, a weekend of fashion, art, and music. We have on the phone joining us Miss Norma Ebanks. She's the CEO of Cayman in Style Fashion Week, and in the studio, Tristan Tristan.
Tristan.
Tristan Wassenhag.
Almost. Wezenhagen.
Wezenhagen. Okay, he's a marketing manager. Now, Miss Norma?
I'm still here.
You're still stuck. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Miss Norma, you recently took fashion to New York Fashion Week. You took two young Caymanians with you. Three. Can you give us a quick recap of what happened and how it turned out?
The Fashion Life tour in New York Fashion Week, they gave me a platform to showcase my design, and also they gave me a platform to bring 3 of our Cayman models. I bring Alea, I bring Mistine, the reigning Mistine now,
Brianna,
and our little princess with me. It was an amazing, life-changing journey.
How did they take it? I mean, how was it for them?
Their life have been changed. You know, more to come, but the opportunity they get going forward, it's amazing.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Because I know Brianna, and I know she was probably out to the blown away by all this. Now, Ms. Norman, can you run down the dates and events of the Cayman in Style Fashion Week?
Before I do that, I want to say a big thank you to the Alex Panson Foundation, who have been our main sponsor and our backbone from 2019.
Okay. All right. So,
our show is the 30th of March to the 2nd of April. We have the welcome party. We have the Emerging Designers Night, Friday night, which is the local and the schools, artists. And then we have the big show Saturday night. And then we have the escape on the underwater tour and the yacht Sunday.
On Sunday. Oh, boy. That's an exciting weekend. Tristan, where can tickets be purchased for this event and the cost?
Yes, you can buy the tickets online on our website. You can get them at the Creative Fashion and Design store. And you can buy them online at Tickets Plus. And we are going to offer them in several other locations also, which we'll disclose today.
Okay, can you give the address for the Creative Fashion and Design location, Ms. Norma?
241 Tropical Plaza, Simit Road, Shop 8. We also have Funky Monkey outlet so far, Winner Circles, and then we will announce some more sometime today.
Okay. Now, Ms. Norma, how crucial is it to have runway rehearsals and your dress fit-ins, and so that all the models and your designers and everybody involved in this whole process will know what to expect of them on the night of the main event?
It's very crucial that we get the models prepared, because as I said, Cayman don't really have a professional model agency. So it's our duty to prepare our almost 100 models that is selected to do our runway show on that weekend.
Okay. Now, so what are some of the key elements of a successful runway show, would you say?
The key element of a successful runway show is not just about showcasing beauty clothes. It requires a combination of different elements, working seamlessly to create, experience to the audience. You have to make sure the audience is engaged. The clothes, the designers that you choose, it have to be meaningful. It's a show, and not only it's a show, the designers' clothes have to be sellable, because they're coming to the Cayman Island, so we want to make sure that after they leave, people reaching out to buying their clothes. Lighting, we have to prepare, make sure the lighting of the stage is okay. Music, we have to make sure the music element, hair and makeup, and the list go, backstage management. Overall, a successful runway show requires planning, attention to detail, focusing, on creating that show for our audience. There's a lot goes into it.
Wow. Sounds like a lot of work too. Miss Norma, I want to say congrats for putting this all together and giving us such a wonderful event here in the Cayman Islands. I'm so proud of you and your team, of course.
Thank you.
And sponsorship. Who are some of your sponsors who assisted with this fashion show?
Some of our sponsor is the Alex Panton Foundation. We have DART. DART is on board this year. We have Ministry of Finance on board. We have, Tristan, you have the list. You have, I'm driving. We have Ministry of Finance on board. We have DART. We have Creative Fashion and Design. We have Ideal Marketing. We have
King Sports Center. Yeah.
Who are we missing out? And some to be announced. We have a lot more to be announced.
Okay. Now, am I allowed to say who some of the hosts and speakers are, Tristan?
Oh, sure.
Okay, I'm looking at Tristan just handed me his phone. We've got the host and keynote speaker, Anita Hawkins, Jacent Headlam. She's a host on Friday. On Saturday, your host is Naima Mora. Is that pronounced right? Naima Mora. And then on Saturday, the second host for Saturday as well is Kiara Billen. Oh my gosh. Big names here, Tristan.
Especially the last two. Maybe, Norma, you want to explain a little bit more about our America's Next Top Models?
So Naima Mora is American Top Model Season 4, and Kiara is American Top Model Season 19.
Wow.
And Justin Edlam was our host for 2019, and she's going to be our co-host for Friday night. Also, she's a sponsor for our Trailblazer Award in a Star.
So what is the Trailblazer Award, Miss Norma?
The Trailblazer Award, I would never get Justin on board, but the Trailblazer Award is an award that we give in the fashion industry. First ever, it's going to happen in the fashion industry, winter industry, and try to create the best model, the best model, the best host, the best influencer, the best designer, the best artist, and I think we have 10 categories.
Correct. So the Trailblazer Award is all about acknowledgement, and it's all about acknowledgement of local talent, local artists, local people that are supported by the community. It's a community award. And it's correct that indeed there are 10 categories. The categories are Best Fashion Designer, Best Youth Fashion Designer, Best Model, Best Photographer, Best Photographer and Videographer, Best Makeup Artist, Best Hairstylist, Best Wardrobe Stylist, Best Host, Best Social Media Influencer, and the person that is best in artwork. These are categories that our local community can vote on for whomever they see that is eligible for such an acknowledgement on the stage of the Cayman InStyle Fashion Week show. So we have no say whatsoever in who that person is going to be, and that makes it very exciting.
Oh, looking forward to that. Ms. Norma, we have to let you go. Hopefully you'll get to where you need to go as soon as possible. But thank you so much for being on the phone with us this morning. Ms. Norma Ebanks, CEO of Cayman InStyle Fashion Week, and in studio, Tristan, Marketing Manager. Thank you so much, Tristan, for being in studio and keeping me company while Miss Norman is on the phone. Cayman InStyle Fashion Week, a weekend of fashion, art, and music. Please make sure you check it out. And we wish you guys a lot of all the luck, and hope everything goes smoothly. And of course, to our sponsor, good morning, and thank you for sponsoring the buzz this morning, Cayman Insurance Center. Don't forget, coming up after 8 the news, weather, and traffic, you can call the trivia. The question again, the second largest boiling lake in the world is found in which Caribbean island? Name the island. Call us on 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037, or 949-6990 if you know the correct answer.
Thank you, Anita. And the studio time now by Price Right is 8 o'clock.
At Priced Right, spending less on everyday products is easy.
Spend less on office supplies, tools, and automotive products.
Spend less on groceries, fresh produce, and meat.
Spend less on electronics, TVs, and speakers.
Spend less on home furnishings, beauty products, and apparel.
At Priced Right, we believe you can live better for less.
To start saving, visit us at the Airport Center in Georgetown or at Republic's Plaza in West Bay.
For more info, visit pricedright.ky. Live better for less at Priced Right.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
An update on the state of regional tourism this morning as the Caribbean Tourism Organization holds a press conference on Caribbean tourism performance and outlook. The review of the industry in 2022 will be presented along with forecasts for the sector in the year ahead. Speakers include the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, Chair of the CTO Council of Ministers and Commissioners of Tourism, as well as the Minister of Tourism and Transport here in the Cayman Islands, and Mr. Neil Walters, Secretary General acting for the CTO. The event is scheduled to begin at 9:30 our time, and you can watch it on the Caribbean Tourism Organization Facebook page. With mental health in the forefront, a new scholarship is available for those who want to pursue postgraduate studies. Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego has the details.
The Addison Kelly Memorial Scholarship has been created in the memory of Caymanian teenager Addison Kelly, who lost her life to suicide on February 8, 2022, at the age of 16. Her family has established the fund to help increase the mental health support services and resources that are available on island and put more qualified Caymanians in the field. The scholarship will be administered through the Alex Panton Foundation and, according to a press release, will offer 25,000 CI dollars per annum for up to 4 years for Caymanians to pursue postgraduate studies in the fields of psychology, psychiatry, or psychotherapy. It will be awarded every 2 years, and recipients must return to work in Cayman for the number of years for which the scholarship was given. The opportunity also includes a mentorship with a doctor-level psychologist or mental health provider to support the navigation of this journey. The Addison Kelly Memorial Scholarship will be funded primarily from the proceeds of the Addison Kelly Butterfly 5K Walk Run, the first of which took place earlier last month. About 900 individuals participated in the event, which raised just over $52,000 in registrations and donations. DART has matched those funds, giving the scholarship coffers significant seed money to award to its first recipient in 2023. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
You can find out more about the Addison Kelly Memorial Scholarship by visiting alexpantonfoundation.ky or call 329-4480. You can also email Rhonda at kellyholding.com. It's all about the luck of the draw at the Cayman Islands Public Library Service Easter Raffle. Radio Cayman's Felicia Rankin-Solins has more.
All you have to do to enter is attend any of the public library locations. There are 6: Boddentown, Cayman Brac, East End, Georgetown, Northside, and West Bay. Sign up for a membership or borrow at least 5 books and you're entered. A small caveat is the books borrowed to allow you to enter is left to the discretion of the library's management team. CIPL Acting Director Mr. Kevin Goring says the CIPL Easter Raffle will be the perfect opportunity for members of the community to connect or reconnect with the public library in their district, foster education through literacy, create healthy communities, support their public spaces, and be supported by your public spaces. For more information about the Easter Raffle, call or visit the library in your district or contact the Georgetown Public Library by telephone at 949-5159 or email at libraryprograms@gov.ky. The drawing happens Wednesday, April 5th, 2023 at all 6 libraries. I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
That is your local news. I'm April Cummings. Now to the BBC for stories making headlines around the world.
BBC News with Emily Thomas.
In an unusually direct rebuke of the US, Xi Jinping has blamed it for trying to contain, encircle and suppress China. His comments were echoed by his foreign minister, who warned that if Washington did not change course, there was a risk of conflict. The UN says the cost of the damage from last month's devastating earthquake in Turkey and northern Syria is in excess of $100 billion. It said the figure would be used as a basis to raise funds at an upcoming donor conference. Aid workers in eastern Congo say clashes between the army and M23 rebels are continuing despite a ceasefire agreement. They said there was fighting on at least 2 fronts. There's huge disruption in France, where hundreds of thousands of workers are striking again over government plans to increase the retirement age. Ukraine's armed forces say they've identified a Ukrainian soldier who's seen in video footage being gunned down in an apparent extrajudicial killing by Russian forces. The soldier is in a wood smoking a cigarette, then shot from close range after shouting "Glory to Ukraine." President Lukashenko of Belarus says more than 20 people have been arrested over last week's plot to sabotage a Russian military plane. He said one of the detained was a Russian national recruited by Ukrainian intelligence. UN human rights investigators say members of government and military officers must be held accountable for continued abuses in South Sudan. They referred to a devastating operation in Lear County, where they said officials ordered militias to carry out widespread killings, systematic rape and forced displacement of civilians. South Korean intelligence says North Korea is facing another rice shortage, though it's not believed to be severe enough to threaten the stability of Kim Jong-un's regime. World News from the BBC.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com. Did you know that ValueMed Pharmacy has a free online prescription service? Managing your health and medical requirements has never been easier with ValueMed. Simply visit value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com and click the Refill Prescriptions tab on our website. Fill in the information for new prescriptions or refills and choose your preferred pickup location. ValueMed on Walkers Road or Town. Then bring in your original prescription from your doctor when picking up. There's no need to stand in line and wait for your prescription. Save time and pick up prescriptions at your convenience by visiting value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees. Relative humidity is 80%. The barometric pressure is 29.98 inches and rising. The wind is out of the northeast at 5 knots. Overnight low temperature was 75 degrees. Synopsis indicate light northeasterly winds and seas are expected over the next 24 hours across the Cayman area, associated with a weak pressure gradient over the northwest Caribbean. Satellite images show patches of scattered low-level clouds over the northwest Caribbean drifting towards the west. Now the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy at times, with a 30% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s today. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers and temperatures dipping to the low 70s tonight. Winds will be east to northeast, 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. High tide will occur this morning at 9:30, low tide this afternoon at 3:43, and a high tide again tonight at 9:50. The sun will set this evening at 6:32 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:40. And the outlook is calling for light to moderate easterly winds and seas through Thursday morning.
Head east on Cove Road. Sharp left on Church Street. Sharper left. No, your other left. Did I say left? No, you missed it. Okay, I'm lost.
With money-saving bundling options for home and motor, we're like a GPS that doesn't steer you wrong. CG Britcade. Good like that.
Let's stop and ask for directions.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcade, where people come first.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Change your thinking, change your life. Developing winning habits is a blueprint for living a better life.
As Stephen Covey said in his best-selling book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny.
Change your thinking, change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning. Let's take a look at traffic. I know it's a little frustrating coming from the east or even on the Esteli Tibbetts Highway as traffic is busy heading towards the Butterfield roundabout and just past the Tomlinson roundabout, traffic busy on Shamrock Road and also heavy traffic on the Linford Pearson Highway. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, traffic busy traffic as well coming off of the Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way. As we look to Crew Road, traffic is also busy heading to Georgetown, but you will finally get to your destination. Just takes a little more patience. As we look now to the West Bay 4-way stop, traffic is moderate and traffic flowing moderately on Edward Street and Shedden Road. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, traffic flowing at a good pace. And if you see any accidents or incidents on Cayman's roads, give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again. At about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock, we'll give you another traffic report. Have a good morning and drive safe.
When you're craving something big, something tasty that gives you that lip-smacking satisfaction, something that hits the spot, there is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
It's pretty tasty.
Filling and full of flavor. Try our new sweet onion steak teriyaki with a twist. Or the classic chicken teriyaki. Top it with green pepper, onions, cheese, and that sweet onion teriyaki sauce. All piled on your favorite artisanal bread. Satisfy that craving with a footlong from Subway.
Fresh, delicious, tasty, meaty.
Let's make it a meal with a drink, chips, and cookies. There is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. It's 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. This is our second segment. And before we delve into Maples Group, Cayman Islands, we're going to take a call from a caller. And hopefully they have the correct answer to our trivia. The trivia posed this morning was the second largest boiling lake in the world is found in which Caribbean island? And I ask you to name the island. There was no hint given today because it's such an easy question. And don't forget, this is coming to you courtesy of Tucker Restaurant and Bar. It's their gift certificate. It's their Taco Tuesday giveaway. Should we have a caller on the line? 4 calls. All right, let's take the first one. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Do you have the correct answer to the question?
Yeah, I think it's Dominica.
Dominica. Oh, yes. You Googled that, didn't you?
No, I know the answer. A little bit of geography. Nice. Cool.
Well, congratulations. Who am I speaking to? Who am I speaking with?
It's Rohan.
Sorry?
Rohan.
Rohan, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. And yes, it is the correct answer. The second largest boiling lake in the world is found in which Caribbean island? And you named the island Dominica. Thank you, Rohan, for playing our trivia this morning. And congratulations. You've won yourself a gift certificate to Tucker Restaurant. And it can be used on any day, not just today, not just Taco Tuesday, okay?
Okay.
And please stay on the line. You can give your contact details to Susan, and she'll take them from you, okay?
Okay.
And for the 3 other callers who are online, I am so sorry. Rohan didn't get a wrong answer, so just keep listening. Every Tuesday, we have that for you here on the Business Buzz. Thanks to Chef Ron and the staff over at Tucker Restaurant and Bar for playing the trivia this morning. And don't forget, you don't want to miss out on the 2-for-1 taco and margarita special on all day, both Tucker locations, East End and Morgan's Harbor. And they have their featured specialty tacos like your peanut chicken, blackened fish. There's pulled pork, vegetarian, and coconut shrimp for you shrimp lovers. All right, so next week again, we'll have another gift certificate to Tucker Restaurant and Bar. But in the meantime, I want to say good morning to our guests in the studio from Maples Group, Cayman Islands. You know what? It's 3 of them. So I'll let them introduce themselves this morning. I'll start with a beautiful young lady next to me. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us. It's always such a pleasure to be here on Radio Cayman. I have to say it is my absolute, I'm a huge believer in radio. I think it's still such a fantastic medium to connect with the community, get your message out. We're so pleased to be here today. My name is Christina Bodden. I'm a partner with the Maples Group. And I'm very happy to be here today to talk about our summer internship program because we're ramping up. We're getting very excited and talk about our non-legal scholarship program. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to do that this morning.
Good morning, Christina. It's lovely to have you in the studio. I feel like I've known you for a long time.
We have known each other for a long time. We're of the same tribe, Anita.
I agree. And next to you we have...
Good morning. Hi, I'm Anjali Mutu.
Good morning, Anjali.
I am a senior HR business partner at Maples. It feels like just yesterday we were here in the studio talking about internships and scholarships, and here we are again.
I was thinking about that, Anjali. Anjali, you want to bring that mic closer to you? And you can straighten that up a little bit right here. Hi, and the next lovely young lady in the room. Good morning.
Hi,
Hi, good morning. My name's Alice Narborough, and I'm an article clerk at Maples. I'm in my second seat at the moment of 5.
Allison.
Alice.
Alice.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome to the Business Buzz.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. It's good to have you ladies in the studio this morning. Now, we're going to be talking about your summer internship program.
Yes.
As well as your scholarship program.
Yeah, so at this time of year, every year, we start to turn our mind to, the summer, because students are wanting to know where they're going to be placed, what they're going to do for the summer. Some students are thinking about summer jobs, and a lot of them nowadays are thinking about internships. And what we've tried to do at Maples is, the firm has been around a long time. For over 50 years, the mainstay of the firm, I think, or one of the mainstays, has been knowledge sharing. That's how we have become, I think, the deep bench of knowledge that we are. But what we did last year, I think, was something incredibly innovative in terms of we tried to kind of meet our students where they were. We're very conscious of the fact that students are overwhelmed at this point in their lives when they're young teenagers. They've got a lot on their minds in terms of what their career is going to be, schoolwork, home life. There's a lot of balancing that's going on with these young people. And so what we did was we took the internship program that we had and we really built a lot of structure and a lot of kind of cohesiveness to it. And I'm incredibly proud of it. I think it was fantastically successful when we launched kind of our evolved internship program last year, and it got resoundingly good feedback. And so we're getting ready to ramp up for summer 2023. We've got, it's available to Caymanians and 16 years and older. We're looking for young people who are interested in law, but also careers in our related business units. So Maples Group is a big firm. It's not just legal careers. We're looking for people who are interested in careers in accounts and interested in careers in marketing and IT and all of those different business units that make up the Maples Group and help us run, basically. So we're looking for young people who are interested in all kinds of different types of careers. One of the things that I think makes the internship program incredibly unique, and I really attribute this to Ange because it was her brainchild. I mean, we had a lot of conversations, but Ange really put it to paper and made it come to life, is the fact that it's a lot of very bespoke and unique HR-led workshops on various topics such as networking, such as organization and prioritization, which a lot of people struggle with, not just teens. I know a lot of people who struggle with that, but it's a very necessary skill. Building your own personal brand, helping you make decisions, because I know so many young people nowadays who struggle with decisions because there are so many to make at that point in your life. So I think that the program not only teaches you or shows you what it is to be a lawyer or what types of skills you need to have to be a lawyer, whether it's organization, whether it's technical skills, what the life of a lawyer is, but it also kind of helps you put your thoughts in order at this point in your life. And I think that is such a fantastic thing about it. Applications are open from the 1st of April to the 30th of April, and we tend to get a lot of applications. So if you are interested, please do send us an application. There's an application form on the website, so make sure you look out for it. And I'm going to let Ange give you the website instructions. It's a 4-week program. You can work either in the legal side or in one of our business units, depending on what you're interested in, as I mentioned. And if you're interested and you'd like more information, you can reach out to students@maples.com. But it's an opportunity. And, one of the things that I tell young people when I speak to them, and I speak to a lot of young people in the Cayman Islands, is, there are a lot of opportunities in our lives. I think probably in my experience, you recognize only a few of them. So when you recognize one, you should really capitalize on it. And this internship program is one of them. So do reach out if you are interested and take the opportunity to take it.
Before we go to Angeli, Christina, how did you get started at Maples?
Oh my God,
I think you have
this question.
I believe you have. I should have jumped on that first, but as I'm listening to you, you had to start from somewhere.
Oh, you know what? I've been at the firm for over 25 years, Wow. I am somebody who really, when you talk about taking advantage of opportunities, I have been given, I didn't start from the easiest place. And I think my story is probably very famous here in Cayman. But I worked really hard to work my way up. You know, I started at Maples as a secretary, and I was actually a really good secretary. But the firm was giving away scholarships, and I worked for a partner at the time who's long since retired, and he would come to me and he'd be like, you know, you should really think about taking one of these scholarships. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a lawyer. And he was just like, oh, okay. And then he came back and he was like, Christina, listen, you should really think about taking the scholarship. So I was like, you know, all right, I'll think about it. So I went home.
How old were you then?
Huh?
Can you
I
recall?
was 20. I would have been about 24, I think, 24. So I went home. I spoke to my grandmother. My grandmother was really in favor of it. I spoke to all my family. I spoke to Barbara. I spoke to everybody. And they were just like, no, you really have to take advantage of this. So I thought to myself, I'll do it for a year.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't like it, I'll just stop doing it, right? And I actually did really well. And so I just continued with it. I did my articles at Maples. That went really well. And then I just qualified as a lawyer, and I just never looked back. But it was not as easy as that. It was incredibly hard work every step of the way. But I think the thing that is so relevant about that story is at each stage, I proved to myself that I could do it. And every time I proved that to myself, I went on to something else. I went on to something else. I went on to something else, which is why I love talking to young people about their journey. That's why Girl Force 100, my other program, is so important to me, because it's my story. Those girls are my story. You know, like it's something that is very personal to me, and because it's been my career journey.
Yeah, you didn't have to tell me. I just knew you had a story, because I'm looking at your title. You're a partner at Maples Group, and you had this young Caymanian. You had to start from somewhere, and somewhere in a hard place.
Yeah.
But as a secretary, I mean, that wasn't too bad.
No. And when I say, it's funny because when you have something in front of you, right, it looks like a mountain, you know? And when somebody said to me, well, do you want to be a lawyer? That would have never, and I see it all the time in young people that I deal with. When you say, what do you want to do with your life? And they say, I want to be an accountant. I want to be a lawyer. One of the things this internship program does, which is why I give so much credit to Ange, right? It's a first step, right? That's why it's so important, because sometimes mountains look insurmountable to us. And I remember back then thinking, how in the world could I ever be a lawyer? Like, I've never thought about being a lawyer. I don't know if I can do it. I think I have attention to detail. I know that I can write, and I know that I like to study. That's all I knew about myself. But what this program does for other young people that I didn't so much have at the time was it gives you a kind of view into what life could be like as a lawyer. I kind of found out along the way, because mind you, this is many years ago. But what we have now is showing somebody, this is what we offer. This is what the firm can offer. This is what a career can be like. It's not always easy. It's a lot of hard work. But what I think is so important for our young people these days is work ethic, taking pride in what you do, you know, putting your name on something and knowing it's the best job that you can do. And that's something that I have lived by my whole career. That's something that I instill in young people that I talk to. That's something that we instill in our article clerks, our young associates. It's excellence, but pride in yourself. And I think that what we're looking for in this internship program is not only to show our young people a career in law or a career in any of our other business units, but also to show them what they are capable of.
And Julie's going to take it from there.
I mean, it's so, I love to hear Christina's story, because it's so reflective of what we see in people coming up now, young people coming up now. I actually had somebody who was in the internship program last year as in the business units, not on the legal side, who came to me a couple of weeks ago and said, actually, you know what, I think I want to be a lawyer. And it was because she had gotten the exposure through the program, not only to the business unit that she was in originally, but also through the program had gotten to talk to people in the different practice groups, understand what the lawyers actually did day to day, interact with those groups, and through that kind of came to realize that, oh, I think I can do this, and this is something that I want to do. So she's now going to be applying for our legal scholarship. So I love to see the possibilities opening up for young people as they come through. And to Christina's point, it's about having the experiences, trying different things, come in and do something, anything. Especially, I mean, I think what we like a lot about our program is that it gives you a very broad exposure to a lot of different areas of the business. So even if you're coming in to do a legal scholarship, you're still understanding, now, how does the accounts team contribute to what I would do as a lawyer? How does the HR team have anything to do with my day-to-day work as a lawyer? So you start to understand how a business works, not just, what it is to be a lawyer.
It's basically getting your foot into the door.
Correct.
And here's your opportunity. How many do you get? A lot of young boys coming through the internship program?
Yeah, I think it's more or less equal. Yeah.
Equal. That's good to hear. That's good to hear, because normally it's the girls who are reaching out and want to do things, but kudos to the boys now. Christina?
We get about 50-50, but to that point, it is something I have to say that I am noticing in our community in general. I'm kind of we're seeing the girls kind of surging ahead, coming out of the high schools and stuff, and it's something that from as someone in the community, I do have my eye on in terms of having more programs for the boys. I think Christopher Murray at Boys to Men does such an outstanding job at what he does. And I absolutely have so much admiration for that program. But, we have to make sure that we keep supporting our young boys and making sure that they come through to all of these programs that all of these firms run as well.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue discussion with the Maples Group. We have in the studio Christina Baden, Anjali Mutu, and Alice. I didn't get your surname.
Narbra.
Okay, we'll get that soon. Thank you.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Attention passengers, the Cayman Airways Panama airfare sale has been extended. In just under 2 hours aboard Cayman Airways, you can explore UNESCO World Heritage Sites and the 8th wonder of the modern world, all within driving distance of a cosmopolitan city. Hurry, book by March 12th to get Panama airfares on sale from just $296 CI round trip. Some conditions apply. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Panama getaway.
The Ministry of Education invites eligible Caymanians to apply for an Education Council Local Scholarship for the 2023-2024 academic year. To apply for a local scholarship or learn more about various scholarship offerings, please visit the Scholarship Secretariat Unit's website at www.moescholarships.gov.ky. Applications close on Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Brought to you by the Ministry of Education.
Business Buzz. Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Here's hoping you're enjoying our discussion this morning. We're speaking with, from the Maples Group, Cayman Islands, in the studio. We have Christina Baden. Christina is a partner and member of the Early Careers Committee at the Maples Group. We have Anjali Mutu, no stranger to the Business Buzz. She's a senior HR business partner, Early Careers, and we're joined by Alice Narborough. She's an article clerk over at Maples Group. Alice, good morning.
Good morning.
You have been very quiet.
I have.
So we're going to pull you into this conversation.
Sounds good.
Tell us how you got started at Maples. Tell us from the beginning. We want to hear everything, every detail.
So I actually did my first stint with Maples about 7 years ago in the corporate department. And before then, I had no legal experience. I was still in high school. I'd worked at a few coffee shops. I'd been at restaurants. I was applying to universities. I was interested in maybe joining the police, you know, being a detective. I was planning on also joining the army, which I did go on to do. But I saw it being advertised for the legal internships. And my dad is a lawyer, and he did tell me every day, don't be a lawyer. Do something interesting with your life. Please don't go into law. But when I got accepted for the internship, I was like, I can't pass up this opportunity. And that corporate stint never left my mind throughout all of university. I did go on to do law, and studying corporate and business law was actually one of my favorite subjects. And then I did my second internship in funds last year, and it was a whole new language for me. And that ended up being my first seat at Maples. And all I can say is these internships are such a good opportunity. Like they said, not just learning about law, but everything that Maples has to offer. You know, you're tasked with work that you're expected to handle at your level. You know, I never felt out of my depth, but I learned so much. I always got clear instructions from my colleagues. You know, I always had answers to any questions that I had. Everyone always gave me the time of day. I also got lots of tips about university, you know, whereabouts in the UK to go. Because coming from this small island, you know, it's a big world out there. You don't know much, but I got so many tips from people. And there were many workshops through the internship program. I learned a lot about HR, and at one point I was even thinking about going into HR. So I'm just really grateful for the experiences that Maples has given me.
So do you have any regrets along the way?
Absolutely not.
Let's go back to the military.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I actually joined it without realizing what it was. I thought it was more of a boot camp style thing at one of the freshers fair at university. And then it was a full day of interviews and debates. And during the interview, I got asked, why do you want to join the reserves? And I said, what's the reserves? And he just laughed straight in my face and he said, what are you doing here? I was like, that's a good question. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I got through. And so I ended up doing it for a year and a half. And, you know, we had training every Tuesday. We were away for most weekends in different barracks and training in the field. And we got paid. That was a bonus as well. And I got to do lots of adventure training. And it was definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Does that reserve stint end at some point, or you're always at risk to be called up?
Oh, no, I'm not in the army anymore when I moved back home. But I'm thinking of joining the regiment here in the reserves.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm pretty sure they'll be happy to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alice. That's an amazing story. And it, of course, takes us back to Anjali. Anjali, for this internship, how can those folks who are interested in joining, how can they do this?
So there's information on our website, first of all. So maples.com/careers. If you just go to maples.com/careers, you're going to be shown an internship section. And there you'll find a lot of information around what the internship is about, as well as our other early careers programs. So scholarships are there too. But there's an application process that opens on the 1st of April. So right now you're not going to find a form when you go to the website, but it will be live as of the 1st of April. And then you just fill out that quick form. It will tell you everything you need to know in terms of any other information you might need to provide, but we've tried to make it a very simple process. So I hope that people don't feel at all intimidated by it. There's guidance notes there, and there's our contact information as well. So Christina mentioned students@maples.com. That's an email address. So if you have any questions at all or anything is unclear, or you just want to kind of chat with someone around the internships, then please reach out to us there.
So if someone doesn't meet the requirement for internship, can they get some work experience?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So that's we were going to come on to talk about work experience anyway. So Anita, you know what you're doing with the transitions, but
Sure.
I mean, no, it's perfect. So we do get people apply who aren't eligible yet, whether that's because of their age. Or maybe their immigration status. There are all kinds of reasons why maybe people can't spend a whole 4 weeks with us. And in those cases, we'd like to work through our work experience program. So as many people listening will know, the schools, each of the high schools has their own form of work experience program where students will go into businesses to get a sense of what is it like to work? What is it like to work in this particular field that I might be interested in? And we partner with all of the schools on those programs. So rather than kind of waiting, we like to plan. We're planners at Maples. We make sure that we're organized. And so we reach out in advance. So we've talked to all the schools. We have relationships with guidance counselors to understand sort of when is your work experience program coming up, so that we then have the resources and the time to make sure that we can host students. So we host through that. So again, younger students especially, a lot of the work experience programs are years 10 and 11. I think sometimes year 9 even comes through. But that way you get a little taster of what it might be like to come in and do a longer internship with us.
You know, and I have to just to say something about that. That is something I'm so incredibly proud of. It's almost like with everything that we have within the Maples Group, so much knowledge and so much experience and everything that we provide, I love the fact that we have that partnership with the schools so that we make sure that we are available when they are rolling out their work experience needs to the community, and we can meet those. Because it makes, with Anne's programs, she ensures that we have places for all of the work experience programs that the schools are wanting to deploy, so that they're not met with a "we don't have space for you." We always make sure that we put their needs first, and I think it's very indicative as to how Maples interacts with the community on a day-to-day basis anyway. But that gives us an insight as to what the young kind of workforce market is needing, what they're needing in terms of training, what they're needing in terms of education, what they're needing in terms of what they want to do in terms of a career. But it also helps the schools to make sure that they can place those students. So it's a fantastic working relationship.
And Julie, do you actually go out and do presentations to the
we
students?
do, yeah. So
okay. Which year? Which year?
10 and 11, typically. I mean, we'll open it up to the schools again to say, you know, at what level do you need these presentations, and then what topics are people interested in hearing about. So that's kind of part of our initial planning phase that happens at the beginning of the year. What are students wanting to know about? Is it interview skills? Is it resume, writing my personal statement? Even just what skills should I be looking to develop so that I can be successful getting an internship or a scholarship and those types of things. So all of those.
Well, I think Christina and Alice, they have great stories. You take them along next time.
Will do. You're on the hook now.
That's right. That's right. Because if I was a young person, a teenager, I'd be listening to Christina's story and Alice's story when my mouth just hanging like, I want to do whatever they did.
Yeah, it's great.
I want to follow in their footsteps.
Yeah, and we take people, we take different people from different parts of the business. So if we know, we're going to a school that there's a lot of students in the year who want to be lawyers, then we'll take a young lawyer along with us. Sometimes I've gotten people from accounts or marketing. So it just really depends on, who's available, who's
and
interested,
you
who
represent
matches.
HR.
I represent HR, absolutely 100%, HR and L&D. And these are interactive workshops. So it's not just sort of us standing up and doing a PowerPoint presentation, because Lord knows, even at my point in my career, I don't love a PowerPoint, sitting through a PowerPoint.
And neither do they.
Yeah, and so it is a lot more interactive. We do a lot of sort of question and answer. We do a lot of scenarios and kind of work through those together, and then we usually take a couple of prizes for those that are really listening and engaging. So it's a great time. It's usually really interactive.
One of the things that I think we are particularly good at explaining, and it's something that I think is a real art form nowadays with our young people, and Ange is very, very good at this, is when you're putting in a scholarship application or an internship application or a lot of applications, there's always a section where you have to talk about yourself. It's called a personal statement. And in Girl Force 100, which is a career mentoring program that we run here that we have here in the Cayman Islands, Ange recently came and spoke to all of the mentees about how to do a personal statement. And that was so powerful for me, because it is very challenging for a lot of young people to actually sit down and write, why do I want this scholarship? Why do I want this internship? What do I want to do with my life? Who am I? That is a really big question to answer when you are 16, 17 years old. And I think one of the things that Ange does incredibly well is kind of explain, you're not answering the questions of the universe with this. You're just sitting down with a pen and paper and writing your reasons. And it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be authentic. And I think that, Ange, maybe if you could just talk a little bit about how you explain that, because I think you do that very well.
Yeah, and the authenticity is really the key point, because we sit and we, not just at Maples, any organization that's looking at scholarships, government scholarships, they're looking at hundreds of applications every year. And you're looking at the same information over and over again from students, and all of them really good and really deserving of funding and deserving of support. And it becomes harder and harder to actually understand who are these people that we're just seeing on paper. We haven't had a chance to interview them yet. We don't know about their lives, where they're coming from, what their motivation is, what inspires them. And so your personal statement is your opportunity to really stay with the interviewers or the people that are doing selection. And it's also an opportunity, I like to say to people, to think about why you're doing this in the first place. Again, I think our high schoolers these days are so plagued with so many things to think about. Extracurriculars, grades, what's going on in the world, and people there's so much happening. Instagram, social media, peer pressure, just a lot is coming down on people. And to have the time to stop and think about, why am I wanting to pursue this degree? Am I actually interested in this? Am I passionate about it? Does it connect to my life and my values? And so when we talk about personal statements, we talk about, yes, you should tell us, what degree you want to do and why you want to do that. But how does that connect to your background? And what are your personal values? Yeah. And how do those values walk with you throughout your life, right? We at Maples, we talk about our values a lot, our company values. We talk about it in the internship program. We talk about it at interview. It's a really integral part of what we do. And that is, I think, the same for anybody in any career. But the earlier you can start to think about your own values and connect those to what you do for work, I think the happier you end up being as you progress, into more and more senior positions. So to come back to personal statements, then that's why I really encourage people to think about their values and to integrate that in, because we want you to open our eyes up to what your world is like. We know what our world is like. Yeah. But we want to understand the vision that you're seeing for the future. At the end of the day, we give these scholarships to support the future of Cayman.
I'd love to read some of those personal statements.
Okay. They're so good. And what we're looking for is a perspective, your point of view. How do you see the world? What are the things that you would like to change? What would you do differently? What do you think is perfect? What do you think is great? And they are fantastic to read. I enjoy reading them. I really do.
We should find out what Alice had on her personal statement, but we've got to take a break. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center.
I've got some beautiful clothes. I know just where they go. Puritan Cleaners.
Puritan Cleaners, now using the most popular and eco-friendly cleaning solvents. 2 convenient locations to serve you: Savannah Countryside and Eastern Avenue, Georgetown. Drive-through, rain or shine, free pickup and delivery services available. Call Puritan Cleaners, 949-7104. Also ask about our in-house discounts. Puritan Cleaners, you feel good when you look good.
Puritan Cleaners, 949-7104. That's 949-7104.
The Old Man Bay community and all Caymanians with Old Man Bay roots are invited to a special Heritage Outreach meeting happening Thursday, March 9th, 7 p.m. at the Craddock E-Bank Centre in Northside. The event, sponsored by Cayman Crystal Caves, seeks to document the history of the 7 founding families of Old Man Bay: the Millers, the Whitakers, the McCoys, the Ranges, also the Greens, the Browns, and the Fedricks. Persons are invited to bring photographs, stories, letters, and any mementos, or if you can provide interviews, take a family background survey, and provide older family photographs. Finger foods and refreshments will be provided. If you need additional information, you can give a call to 925-0745 or email info@CaymanCrystalCaves.com.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
It's heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.com or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a new and second location in Governor's Square. The new Healthcare Pharmacy in Governor's Square is open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
on a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Can I send a request, please?
You don't really have to ask us. Just send a request.
This is a shout out to my ex. Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
If you're just joining us, good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. For those of you who've been with me from early this morning, thank you so much for staying and enjoying the Business Buzz. Hopefully you're doing that, enjoying. In the studio, we have Christina Baden, Anjali Mutu, and Alice Narborough. We're going to take a look now at their non-legal scholarship program. Anjali, you want to tell us a little bit about that? Are there any restrictions on the field of study, and what is the funding for both the legal and the non-legal scholarships?
Yeah, so I often hear from people that they don't know that Maples offers a non-legal scholarship because people will assume that we're a law firm, so that's what we're looking for is law students. So we actually have a separate non-legal scholarship, which is a $15,000 US per year scholarship. It's offered at both the undergraduate and the graduate level. So again, a wide range of kind of interests and also levels in people's careers, times in people's lives. Undergraduate and graduate, $15,000 a year. The applications open the 1st of April. So easy to remember, internships and non-legal scholarships.
Deadline? What's the deadline?
Deadline is the 30th of April. Yeah. So again, the website that I mentioned earlier, maples.com/careers. You'll also find the information on the non-legal scholarship there. But we're really proud of this scholarship because, again, we've talked a bit earlier around just our support of the community and how much that means to us. And this, again, is an effort to do that, is to ensure that we're not only supporting future lawyers who will come in and hopefully become our employees and work with Maples, but also people who just have a broad range of interests and want to give something back to this community and to influence in this community. We see so many interesting applications every year. We've got everything from sort of chemical engineering, people that are in flight school, people that are studying computer programming, sciences, nursing, all sorts of things in STEM, which is, obviously an up-and-coming field and something that a lot of students these days are focused on. So I really want to say, if you're a person in STEM, please apply to our scholarship.
Quite a lot of the arts as well.
Arts,
okay.
Psychology, human resources.
Music.
So those scholarships are offered to students, undergrad students, at UCCI and ICCI as well?
Yeah. UCCI, ICCI, anyone who's also going off to school. So we look at students that have acceptances to schools overseas, anywhere in the world.
The law school here.
The law school, yeah, all sorts of things. So really just it's a matter of getting your interest out there, getting in contact with us. Again, the information's all on the website, so there are guidance notes there around the specifics. But there is also a website, an email, scholarships@maples.com. So again, if you're having questions, if you're not sure about anything, if you want to talk about your degree possibilities, then just reach out to us there.
So the non-legal scholarship process is the same as the legal. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have a note where it says that 100 scholarships totaling nearly $6 million.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
and
in academic assistance since 1994.
Oh, and we're very, very proud of that. And one of the things that I think about our non-legal scholarship program is exactly what Ange said. It's not just about providing legal scholarships, which we're so proud to do, and bringing new talent into the firm, right? Because the firm has to evolve, it has to go on, it has to bring new people through. One of these days, Alice will be sitting in your studio talking as a senior partner of this firm.
That's right. Looking forward to that. If I'm still around, Alice.
Me too.
But it's also about making sure that we are also contributing talent to all kind of other sectors in the Cayman Islands, whether it's engineering, whether it's the environment, whether it's climate change, whether it's veterinary medicine, whether it's, the arts, music, as Ange said. We want to make sure that we are contributing to Cayman as a whole and as a country. And that is why that non-legal scholarship program is also so very important to us as stewards of this community.
What does the fund cover? Some of the things.
Textbooks, travel, obviously your tuition. So tuition would be the number one thing that we would draw for first. Then textbooks, sometimes travel, other sort of incidental things that come along with being away at school. Accommodation is another really important one.
Alice, now, as an article clerk, how was your experience so far at Maples?
Well, before I became an article clerk, as I said, I did my 2 internships, which I'm very grateful for, and I was actually a legal scholarship recipient, and that meant I could go on to my dream to live in London for a year. For my undergrad, I had the government scholarship for 3 years. I wasn't 100% sure about law. I wanted to do the police, but when I applied, I think I applied to 9 different firms, and Maples got back to me first, and they were my first interview, and I just felt so welcomed and so inspired after walking out of that building that then when I realized I had the funding to go to London, I actually had 2 scholarships at that point because I also had government funding, but like they said, it covered my accommodation, it covered my travel. My parents were very happy as well. And
sure.
So I was just so grateful because I got to live in a city that I'd been dreaming about living my whole life. And then, so I've come back. I started my articles in August. I'm about halfway through now. I'll be joining my 3rd seat next month. And it's so different practicing law than studying it.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed the research and, just being a student, being on your own schedule. But the structure, and I'm such a routine person, my first proper adult job, I've learned so much. I'm around such knowledgeable individuals, no day is the same. And it is just an absolutely amazing opportunity. And I'm so grateful to be doing my training with Maples.
Well, that military training probably stood you well, my dear.
I think it did.
So the article clerks program at Maples, who can apply and how does this work, Angela?
Yeah, so we offer articles every year. We don't have a deadline. So at any point that you're ready to apply and you feel your application is 90% done. I don't even want to say when your application is complete because we like to hear from people before that so that we can start to kind of get a sense of them and build a relationship. But articles essentially allow you to do the 18 months of training that you need in order to become a qualified lawyer in the Cayman Islands. So that happens after you've done your sort of law degree and then you do a professional degree. There's a couple different versions of that. So on island we have the PPC, which is at Truman Bodden Law School, but there's also other options like the LPC and the SQE. So we leave it up to people to decide which of those professional programs they're going to do. Once you've gotten to that point, you then apply for articles. So our articles program takes you through 5 seats, 5 rotations with our practice groups, and it goes along with some of the other things, similar components to what we have in our internship program as well. So workshops, a lot of attendance at various different training programs, a very heavy focus on mentoring and coaching, in addition to sort of your day-to-day work. So after the 18 months, you should have, first of all, a very clear understanding of what each practice group does. Probably you know where you'd like to be, which group you'd like to sit with.
One of the other things that I would add to, and I meant to mention this earlier, is in addition to the article clerk program and the internship program, we also run training programs in each of our practice groups as well. So we run different sessions on different technical points or maybe soft skill points, and all of our trainees and our article clerks also attend those as well. So we want to make sure that we're constantly evolving their learning, and so that's an additional level of training that we also give them also.
How many on a normal summer? How many interns do you get, Anjali?
15 to 25. It depends on the year. Last year, I think because we added so much more structure to the program, we had 15 students. But that was 15 students who got to stay with us for 4 weeks or more and actually get exposed to the full breadth of what we do at Maples Group. We've also had more in the past. We certainly expect to have more than 15 this year already. Just applications haven't even opened yet, and we're already expecting quite a few more.
We're already at 25?
Yeah, we're already at 25 just on the legal side. So, yeah, we've got quite a big group coming in.
But you know what's interesting? I'm getting requests from young people saying, can I come and do an internship in your accounts group? Can I come and do an internship in your marketing group? Can I come and do an internship in your IT group? And I love to see that. You know, I think that's really exciting.
We actually
for us.
have a few on from UCCI right now in the IT program. So in their IT degree programs, they require some work experience to be done. And so that's done for college credit. So we've got a few on now.
As a senior HR business partner, Anjali Early Careers, I can see you taking up one of those scholarships later on and heading the legal profession.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll do my SQE exams and then just become a lawyer. I mean, it is, and I think it's a good point, because we do see people also who are a little bit older and maybe started a little bit on the way of, on a career path and then decided, this is actually not what I want to do. There's something else I'm passionate about. That's where we see the graduate students coming in and applying for, particularly on the non-legal side, but certainly on the legal side as well. So, yeah, and we're whenever you identify who it is that you really are, we want to hear from you. So it goes all ways.
Well, ladies, we can sit here all day and talk. I can chat, and you guys can chat as well. But we have to make way for the news at 9, which is now.
Thank you so
I want to
much,
say
Anita.
thank you, Christina. Maybe we'll continue discussion some other time.
Oh, anytime you want to invite us back, we'll be right back here.
Definitely. Thank you, Christina Bodden, partner and member of the Early Careers Committee, Maples Group. And Anjali Mutu, Senior HR Business Partner, Early Careers, and Alice Narborough, Article Clerk. Thank you so much for being in the studio this morning. And I'd like to say thanks to Chef Ron and the folks over at Taco Restaurant for playing Taco Tuesday right here on Radio Cayman. And the winner, congrats to Rohan. And of course, thank you to our sponsor, Cayman Insurance Center, for sponsoring the Business Buzz. And to all our listeners, YouTube viewers, and the producer of the Business Buzz, Ms. Susan, thank you so much. Until Thursday, March 9th, when we bring another Business Buzz. In the meantime, please stay safe and have a wonderful day. From your host, Anita Khan. Goodbye.
Follow Radio Cayman on Twitter. All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Follow us at twitter.com/radio.